So our next story comes from Bleeping Computer, and the title here is GitHub projects targeted with malicious commits to frame a researcher. I don't know what struck me with this one, but I thought it was worth talking about because I just found the whole thing fascinating.
Yeah, it's wild.
There's one of the most fascinating things is like the victim in this is somebody named Dark Mage with the Twitter handle Evil Dojo 666, who is apparently the victim
Mm-hmm.
of this. So there was a set of commits to a software or a GitHub repository. It's EXO's GitHub repository, which I think is that they do some AI hoopla, which contains some encoded Python. So it basically looked like kind of random numbers, but they were included in a way that they were decoded and then run. When you decoded them, they unrolled into some Python that connected to the website of this quote victim, this evil dojo person, and looks like it attempted to download some commands that would then get executed. The issue is that this person says that it wasn't them, that the endpoint, the directory on that website never existed. That GitHub account did not belong to them, and all by the way, all appearances are that he's being truthful.
Yeah. And apparently this is not the first time that
Right.
he's been targeted in this way. But it's fascinating on a couple levels. One, the concept of obfuscated code that was put into a pull request that if you didn't know what you're doing could have been approved and could have legitimately, if it were a true bad guy, pulled some sort of backdoor into the code is interesting. And then that this is being done to frame this guy is also fascinating. But fortunately, logs don't lie, at least not usually. And he's got the receipts to prove it wasn't him, but it's a crazy story.
And that commit never made it into the actual code base, which again points out the importance of assessing commits before you accept them into your code base, especially when you are, as this, this GitHub project is accepting contributions from the community. Like, we've seen quite a few instances, most famously in recent times, the XZ, which I actually mentioned in this article, where one of the committers basically bullied other people into accepting that person's contributions, which it turned out to be malicious. So I think it's important. Like, there's a couple lessons here from my perspective. One is it's really important to do a thorough job of assessing code contributions. And I think it's also important not to necessarily jump to conclusions until you've had a chance to investigate. Because, like in this instance, this is very clear to me that this was somebody trying to harass and seriously, significantly so. Perhaps trying to get them in trouble with the law, which is not a trivial matter. To make sure that you are thoroughly investigating what happened before you jump to a conclusion. So
Yeah.
so there you are.
Another quick aside is interesting. Some of the automated tools that you can run against your code, like this particular one is like highly suspect, which is kind of nice. So
Yeah.
There's some value in those code tools in this sort of instance.
Well, I think that's very true. But I also think, in my mind, like I think that it was intended. It was, if you look at the Python code they used, it was like dead stupid simple. Like it was as basic of of an attack technique as you could possibly get. And so to me, it seems like it was put behind a thin veil, and I think they knew that it was going to get caught by something, with the intention of it, not being there to actually drive exploits, but to cause problems for this person. So, but you're right. Like there's lots of tools out there. It did catch this, and damn it, we should use them.
Indeed.